Hello everyone. So welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas and today I found this really nice agency website in the Framer website gallery. So as you scroll down, there's these nice scroll sections that kind of fade in and fade out behind this title. And then at the left side, you have this nice mobile view of what this particular client is talking about. Like their project is right here, right? So this is a really cool section for a portfolio piece if you have an agency, for example. And this basically involves a few scroll sections and this frame on the left with different fills changing based on each scroll section and sticky positioning for this title and for the phone. So if this is something interesting for you guys to learn, please stick around because I'm going to be rebuilding this in Framer. So basically I just took a screenshot of this and brought this over to my Framer project. I have these different viewports open because I always like to design responsively. And if I go back here to Chrome and I select the inspect tool, and let me just resize this a little bit and make it like this. You can see that if we select this button, you can kind of see that the position, whenever you find it, well, let's look for this one. Boom, the position would be set to fixed. So we need a fixed button at the top of this page. So that's step one. Step two would be to create this layout. So we have this here with a nice padding over here. And then, so this would be section one, stack one, and stack two. And this also has, so this is the desktop, has a padding here. This one has a kind of padding as well, I'd say. Yeah, 260. So we don't necessarily have to build it the way that they do. I'm just trying to check to see how they do it. So, so we have stack one, stack two, and then each one of these are going to be their own stack. And these are going to be the different scroll sections, right? So this would be, if I just select this, this would be the different scroll sections. And we can kind of analyze that as well. If we go like this, I'm trying to see where I can find that scroll section. Perspective 1200. Well, doesn't really say, but it's no problem. This is just a good way to kind of view everything, right? So if we scroll down, it's going to change style opacity. So this would basically be the scroll section. All right, so let's start. Let's go back to Framer and we know what to do first. So let's just build this button. We want to build a button that has a black background. Let's just type in a text. Let's say book a call. Let's make this text nice and small, maybe around 12 pixels. Let's add a stack to this. Let's make the stack fit content. Give it a bit of padding, maybe about 14, and then on the sides, maybe 20. Make this text. I like the font SF Pro display, so let's do that. Let's give it a white color. Actually, like an off-white color, like F2. And medium. And let's give this a black. Let's just use the color picker. It's a complete black, so that's good. Has a little bit of a round edge, so let's apply that as well. So let's just do this and give it a bit of a radius, maybe 4. And now let's make this height fit content. So boom, that's good. And we got the stack. That's nice. And let's make a stack to this. Let's make the stack set to fill. Let's make this get to the end. So let's call this navbar. Let's just make sure that everything is set like this. Let's give this a nice padding everywhere of around 20, 30 pixels, why not? So we got this navbar. This navbar is going to be fixed to this screen. So if I press play, it's going to be, and if we scroll down, it's going to be stick. But let's do that at the very end. Let's just add these different stacks. So we need the text stack on the very left, and then we need the actual main thing, which would be the phone, this title, and the stuff right here. So let's add some text. Let me just grab this button and rename some of these things. So it's going to be called let's put our products, so it's not the same. Our services and our projects, our services, and then about us. And then each one, so we can basically create a component, and this can be called like selector, create, and then we have variant 1, which would be not selected, which would be white, and then we have variant 2, which would be selected, and this would be a black color. Whoops, not the background, it would be the text that would be black. So let's remove this background, and let's get this text. Let's make it black. And let's make sure that this has a variable. So content, create variable, plain text, title, boom. Go back here. Now we can just delete these and put our projects like this. And then make sure that this is set to fit. Actually, let's go back to our component and make sure that this is set to fit content. And this as well. Everything's set to fit. So good. Our projects, this would be selected. And then we just want to get another one. This would be our services, right? So our services. Our services. Boom. So we have the 3 of them. We just have to make sure that everything is set to fit content. Fit content, same here. And now we can put these into their own stack. So add a stack. This would be fit content, this height. We would make it left aligned. And then we need to add it into another stack. So this would be selectors. And then we're going to add this selectors into its own stack. That will be basically going in here in the bottom under the navbar. And this would have to fit the content. And this stack would be this would be called left. And this would be part of a hero, or not hero, we would call it like a projects, right? Because this is the projects area. These are going to be different projects. So we want that to be like this. And by the way, we don't want this to be white. Let's make it a little bit grayer so that we can see what the word, what it's actually saying. So let's select this text and make it a little bit grayer, like so. And now we can kind of see everything. So that's good. Projects, we want everything to start like this. And we want this left thing to have a left and right padding of around 30. And we want this width to also be fit content. Perfect. So we got that going on the left. That's good. It looks like it's aligned, but that's because we were scrolling down. And this is basically fixed to the screen, so you can kind of see that it's fixed. We'll fix that once those little things, right? Okay, now we got the projects. Now we got to make the right version, right? So this is going to be the tough one. This is going to be the one that you guys are going to be scared of, but don't worry. Just start by duplicating and renaming it to right. This would have to have a fill, I would say. And let's start by removing these things, right? We don't really need this selector. We just have our right thing, our right stack. So our projects extend the entire customer story. Let's just write it like that. And if we go back to Chrome and we hover over something, we can see it's 40 pixels. So let's just make sure that this is also around that size. SF Pro display, perfect. Let's make it a dark color. Let's make it regular. And let's bring this into our right. And we want to add a stack to this, make this called the header. And the header will have a max width of around maybe 500 pixels. And this font has to fill this. Perfect. And okay, so it's looking good. It's looking good. We got the header. And then we want, okay, so let me see how we do this. We got the header, now we have to add the phone. So what I can do is I can actually go here and I can right click and copy this image because it's basically available. And I can just paste it here and we have now this image from this website. So we have the image on the right. So we're gonna call it phone. Add stack. I'm gonna call it phone. And we can make sure that things are top aligned like this. And the phone, if we can inspect, which is an important part of, web design, if we were to click on this, we can kind of see where the positioning is. We can see that it's right here, position center. Let me see. Decoding, blah, 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 absolute position. So it's absolute position. Okay. And I want to see this. So we got this. Then we got this. So video. And we can kind of see that it's inside of a frame. It's inside of a frame, and I just need to see how they built this. What is this here? Framer, background image wrapper. Oh, it's this one. Got it. So they have that image as well. Now, is this absolute as well? Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna kind of see. Oh, let me just remove that. Let me see, inspect again. So video, it's a video. We're gonna not use a video, we're gonna use an image, I would say. Container. Absolute position. Okay, All right, so let's just freestyle this, okay? Pretty sure that something is gonna be off, but let's just see. So we have this. Let's go ahead and try to do this. This is going to be a tough project. All right, let's get a frame and let's make it a light blue color. And let's put it in here. Yeah, let's make it absolute. So let's zoom in a bit and give it a nice border radius. So if I were to just go like this, maybe you can go up and see that it's working. Okay. So that's good. It's actually looking pretty good. So now we have this nice color. And if I were to go back here, I want to copy this image. Would that be possible? Yes. So we can do that. We can bring this image in here, I think. Let's go like 0. Okay, now we see it. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Something like this. All right. Now I'm just curious. All right, it's actually working pretty well. So we got that phone with that blue thing, and let's just go like this, make sure that it's looking good. And we want this fill to be fixed, I would say. Is it like that? No, there's actually space here. Okay, don't matter. So now we can remove some of this gap. I want to just make this like fit the content and fit the content. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay. All right, so now we got the phone. Now what we want to do is we want to get that header. We want to get these sections. So we have, if we go back to Chrome, we can go ahead and inspect this. This is going to be 26, this is going to be 14, 14, 16, 12. So 26, 14. Okay. 26, 14. And then I have to move this underneath. This is going to be called project title. Right? Project title. And then these are going to be, this is going to be in its own stack. And it's going to be called the right stack. And the right stack is going to be going downwards. And these also need to be going down. And then let's just make this like this. And then we got that first one going good. And then we're going to duplicate this, and we're going to eventually add these things into its own stack. But first, let me just kind of copy this text. Doesn't really matter. Paste it. Can I paste it? Yeah, and then we're going to put it 14 pixels. Increase some of this line height. Let's actually use lorem ipsum. lorem ipsum. I'm going to put my notebook over here. And we need sentences. Apply 2 sentences. Three. There we go. So I'm going to put these 2 together already. It's going to be description. Description. Let's put these 2 together. Add stack. This is going to be project. And then these are going to be left aligned. Let's already start to add some gap. And okay, so this is looking good. This one we probably might want to make the color into this gray. Beautiful. And then we want to do the starts at whatever. Starts at fit content and 5K a month. Five. Month. And we're going to make this 16 and back. And then we need to put these together into a stack. This stack needs a little bit of padding on the right and on the top and bottom, I would say. And this needs to be fit content also on the height. And let's put this down here underneath the details. So this would be pricing, I would say. Now we can add this little border on the right side. So I'm just going to put 0 and then put 1 on the right and make this go down to about 20%. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a button. So we're going to just duplicate this, put learn more, and actually reduce the padding a bit by, let's say, half, almost half everywhere. Something like this. Oops. And make this black. Looking good. Let's put this into a stack. So this is going to be called learn more. And let's put this into its own stack, which will be horizontal and start aligned. And we want to introduce some gapping here. Maybe put it like this. No, we can make it like this. That's good. Let's maybe make this lighter, much lighter. Like that. Beautiful. Now to even add a little bit more, design to this, let's just move the gap a little bit like this. And it's looking good, Now we gotta just do this testimonial and then the animation at the end. So let's try to do that. So we got this testimonial. What we gotta do is we gotta see the size of these different texts. So if I go back here, we can click inspect and we can see the name is 12 and this is 12. Okay, 12, 12, and this is 14. All right. 14, 12, 12. So let's go back to Framer and let me see if I can actually use this plugin. I can't. Right, interesting. So we can get this specific one, and we can go back to Framer and press paste somewhere. or we can just go like this and press paste. So we have this quote, and let's make it fit the content. By the way, everything here needs to be at the end responsive. We're going to do that, so no worries. So we have this quote, then we have this text, darkroom, blah, blah, blah. We're going to use lorem ipsum for this. So let me just lorem ipsum this. And we're going to do not one word, one sentence. Apply. And we got our one sentence. And let's make these black. And let's give this quote a nice, bold feel to it. And now if we can kind of view this, let's try to construct this in a way that looks good. So we're going to have to add a stack to this. And for each one, add a stack. We're going to call this left. And we're going to call this one right. So left and right. And this is not going to be centered. It's going to be, well, let's see how we do this. For the left, we want the fill to be fit content. And we want the right to be fit content as well. Let's move this over here. Fit content, where is it here? Fit content. And we want this to actually have a fill, but we're going to do a max width. Let's just see if this is the best way of doing it, of around 400. And this can be start. This would be start. And then this stack would be fit content. And this will eventually be down here, but under this stack. So this stack is going to be the CTA. And this is going to be the text, let's say, CTA, and this would be testimonial. And we can start by doing this. This is the text, and then we're going to have another text down here, which will be the name. So let's just put a name like Nancy Rodriguez, and fit content, and put founder company. Founder company, and these are going to be 12 pixels. This one is going to be this gray color, and actually no, it will be darker than that. It will be this gray color. My bad. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's add the stack to this. Let's make it fit content. Fit content. Let's make this both fill. Let's make this go like this. And then let's reduce the gap. So about 2. And then let's add a frame with a person's picture. So if you go to plugins and we go to Lumi, we can go like profile. And we can add like this guy. Oh no, it's a girl, right? So let's add this girl with the pink hair. And let's give it a radius that's circular. And now we can add a stack to this. This will be called the person info. And we can put this underneath this one. But it would have to go actually inside of this. But let's put these on the top actually. This would have to go downwards. These two would add a stack top, And let's make this like this, and start. And now we have something interesting. Actually, this person I would say would go on the right. And this would go down, and this would go start. And then this whole thing would be going upwards. And I don't even think we need this top thing anymore. We just need it to be good, perfect. So, and then this main thing, this main project thing has to also have the same max width as this. So we're gonna add that max width of about 500. And so now we can add some styling to this. So let's add some padding. And then let's give it a nice fill of this color. Boom. And we got it. So this is basically the main structure. We do need this little line. We can do that, no problem. So what we can do is for this header, we can give it a padding at the bottom of a little bit, maybe something like 2. And then we can give it a nice little border, 0, 1. Sorry, 1. Make this about 20%, and then boom, we got like a nice little border. However, it's not really going towards this. If we wanted to make like this, we'd have to, I think, make it in a way. I'm trying to see how this would look like. I'm trying to just see the position of this. Maybe we have to do like an absolute position for this, but I don't really want to. Let's just make sure that this works. So we're gonna have scroll sections. Scroll section 1, 2, 3, 4. And these things are gonna stay sticky. So let's do that. Let's go to the right side. Let's go to the right side for the project, right? This is the project. We're gonna duplicate this 5 times. There we go. So there's 5 duplicates. 5 in total. So we got project 1, we got project 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what we can start by doing is making everything here overflow set to visible. We can make this set to fixed. We can give this a nice padding at the top so it doesn't look so shitty in the beginning. So like this, perfect. And then we're gonna set these things, so navbar no, but projects will be set to overflow visible. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of the sticky things. So left will be set to overflow visible. And this left thing is actually going to be set to sticky. And I want to just preview it. Okay, it's going to stick all the way to the top. We want it to be 30. So it sticks with this. So we're going to do that. We're going to make 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we have the right side. We want it to be overflow visible as well. So overflow visible. And then we want to make the phone set to sticky. Right? Perfect. Wow, in the phone version it looks terrible. We're gonna fix it, don't worry. So this as well, header set to sticky. Well, actually, did I make this? We want to make this as well 30 pixels from the top. And the header set to sticky, 30 pixels from the top. All right, let's press play and see how this looks like. Okay. The header is not working. We have to fix something with this, no problem. I think it's something with the overflow. Has to be, yes, visible. All right, perfect. Now we have, it's looking really cool. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that this header has a white fill right? Or the fill of your background, however color that is. And what we can do is we can add a shadow, realistic shadow, make it like really, you know, strong in a sense like this, but we can make it white. You're gonna see now if it works. That you can see that it's kind of like fading in, I guess, right? Isn't doing it? Not really. And for this heading, we can make it 0, but we can make the padding on the top set to 30. So we can go like this. There we go. And let me kind of adjust that with the shadows because I really want it to work. Maybe I just have to adjust it a little bit. If it doesn't work, then we're going to find something else. I guess it's not working. Doesn't matter. We'll find another solution to this. But as you can see, it's already doing its thing. It's already working pretty well. And it's looking good. Now what we want to do is we want to basically change the fill. So we want to add different scroll sections. So we're going to add scroll sections to each project. So this one, and you do that by going down here. So scroll section 1, right? Down here, scroll section 2. Down here, scroll section 3. Scroll section 4. And 5. Awesome. So now what we want to do is, if we go back here, you can see that this is visible, but once it's not scroll section 1 anymore, then it's going to be invisible, or it's going to be like kind of, you know, blurred out. So, but let's try and see how we can do that. So, effect, scroll transform on section and view. Boom, section 1. From, let's put 1 to, oh wait, this, and then I put 0.5, or actually 0.2. So I want to see how this looks like. So it's kind of working, but not really. Let's see how this section and view going to the top. No, it would be at the bottom. But it doesn't fade away. We need it to fade away. That's the thing. So let's just kind of see. Like again, I am right now, you know, just I am basically freestyling here from 0.2 to 1. Let's scroll. No, it's not on scroll. It has to be something with a section and view. So I'm going to put something like this, effects, appear on, okay, it's going to be an appear one. So on section and view, section 2, viewport like this, fade in from 0.2 to 0.1. And we just gotta make sure that this has 0 bounce. And this has 0 bounce. So now I'm gonna test this out with the second one. And we actually have to do it the opposite way. So animation, enter, 1, exit, 0.2, boom. And now what we can do is we can basically copy this, and I'm going to paste the style. You can also use Option Command V. So I'm going to do that with these. So Option Command V. Oh, actually not, it wasn't that. Sorry, let's go back here. It's paste effects. So you can't basically paste effects with a shortcut, but that's no problem. So paste effects. And it's easier if we just do like this, paste effects and paste effects. Boom. Now we just gotta select the section. So this one will be section 1, this is section 2, this is gonna be section 3, this is gonna be 4, this one is gonna be 5. And then okay, we have to edit the animation and enter it's 1 and exit it's 0.2. Enter 1, exit 0.2, enter 1, exit 0.2, enter 1, exit 0.2, enter 1, exit 0.2. Now I just want to see how this looks like. Okay, it's strange. It's not really working. So let's just kind of refresh. Let's maybe make it like this. Okay, now it's looking better. Now it's looking better. Okay. Oh, it looks good. It repeats itself. Perfect. So we got that. Now our next challenge is basically to have this this frame basically change based off of the specific scroll speed or scroll how would you call it, scroll section, right? So I'm thinking either we do it with a effects scroll transform unscroll. We can do variants. We can actually make this, create a component screen, and then we can create different variants. So we're going to create five variants, and each variant is going to have a different color. Right? So each one has a different color. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a scroll variant on section and view. Boom. Section 1. Section 2, we do from 1, 1 to 1, 1. But how can we change it to so it won't be a scroll transform, it would be a scroll variant. So section and view, boom, from section 2 to variant 2, add section. section 3 to variant 3. Add section 4 to variant 4. Add section 5 to variant 5. And then we can kind of see how that looks like. And that works. So basically, that is it. That is basically the whole animation in a nutshell. Obviously, you would want to replace this component with different colors, with different videos instead of colors, right? But this is basically the the foundation of this. Now, the next thing would be obviously to have this in a sort of responsive way. But the thing is that, in the phone, we would have to construct this differently. If you can see here in Chrome, if you were to go like this, you can see that the phone is away and it's only the right section and there's no phone involved. There's just videos, right, for each section. So you would have to basically construct this differently. You would have to make it, maybe for the tablet, make it something like this, where you have different frames for each section. So we can go like this, put this frame maybe on top and call this image. So add a stack and call this image, and make this fill and set a specific height to like 200, and make this fill and fill. And then what you can do is just add a specific image, right? So you want to go like this. And then you just have to basically copy paste this to the other sections, right? And you can still maintain this nice sticky thing. We would have to make this fill, actually. I want this to be like this, perfect. And then for the phone, this in total, this left section will be completely erased. This phone we will need, and then it would basically be just like this, but with images, right? So we can go ahead and complete this by duplicating this and moving this to the other projects. So I can just go like this and move this up here, duplicating this, moving this to project 3, putting this on the top, duplicating this, moving this to project 4, putting this on the top, duplicating again project 5, and putting this on the top. And then what we would want is we would want the same for the mobile version. We can just go ahead and do that by adding these things to the top of each one. So putting this in the project 1, boom. And let's make sure that everything is properly built. This looks good. And now what we can do, duplicating it and putting them into the other projects. And this is quite a repetitive task. So at the end of the day, I mean, you'll have something like this. Just takes a while to basically duplicate stuff and put them into the other corresponding stacks. Right? And once we have that done, you're going to have something that looks like this. We have to obviously make sure that everything is set to fill here, or that, everything is set to fit content, making sure that everything is nice. This, for example, is not really ideal. You see fixed, we want it to be fill. We want this to be fill as well. So just making sure that everything is properly done. I would say the best way of doing it is just in the desktop mode, doing it so that it kind of reflects to all the different sizes. And yeah, basically that's pretty much it. And then at the end of the day, you can have something looking like this, where you have the mobile, the phone here on the left for the desktop version. You have the tablet version looking like this, and then the phone version looking like this. It's a very beautiful design. You can scroll down and it changes the different variants, right? And basically looking like this. And then for the tablet and phone, you have something looking like this. So if you guys thought that this was a nice video, if you learned something today, please like this video. This helps me a lot for my project of me doing videos almost every day and sharing it to the community. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write down questions in the comments, or just join my Discord that I have linked down in the description below. Also, if you want to grab this, I have the link to the remix link down in the description below, so you can grab that as well. So thank you guys so much for being here, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.